This is the music I put on to get in the mood to do a live stream on the YouTube. Yeah. I don't know what I've done to my theme tune. I've ruined it. I haven't even started yet. Hello. Welcome to my new live stream. And what is this live stream about? Well, we're going to discuss the fiasco surrounding Oasis tickets. I was wondering, do Americans even know who Oasis are? I was trying to think who was like the American Oasis. Like the American equivalent. Sort of popular 90s indie band, went stratospheric, then went away. And are now coming back. Couldn't really think of one. Matchbox 20. The crash test dummies. No. I always thought Oasis sounded a bit like a slowed down AC/DC. And I mean that in a good way. I'll just wait for a few more people to show up before I get to the meat and potatoes. I'm very, very I'm not even prepared. This was a complete spur of the moment idea because somehow I acquired a copy of Reason 13. I don't know how it happened. Suddenly it just said, hey, you can download Reason 13. So I did. I don't know how or why, but here we are. Look out, ladies. Ned Rush has got the whole package. So I do have a web page open, which is going to tell us what's new. So before we dive in, I think it's important that I give a little bit of context here because I haven't really used Reason for a very, very long time. Seriously, I haven't used it for about 10 years. But when I started my YouTube channel back in 1908, it was pretty much all Reason videos. I think I was using Reason 3 or 4 or 5. I can't really remember. And then I kind of switched off a little bit because I just was too into Ableton by that point, and I was starting to get into Maximus P and all the sort of fun things that Reason offered, such as the interesting sort of routing capabilities and all the sort of pseudo modular stuff that you could do. I suddenly was just interested in doing that in Reason. And I thought, oh, they've made a few decisions that I was a little bit uncertain of. And also because round about that time I bought like a, I started using like a 21 or 27 inch iMac, and Reason just looks so small on that screen. I was like, oh, I can't really use it anymore. But back in the day, I used to pretty much use Reason rewired to Ableton. So I got into Ableton around version 3, which was about 2003. By that point, I'd been using Reason 2 for a good couple of years, and I liked it very much. But I wasn't a big fan of the sequencer, and I really liked Ableton. I would sort of do things in the rack using just the rack, and then I would record bits over via Rewire into Ableton. And then I bought Live 4, which had a MIDI sequencer, which I liked a lot more. And then I would route the MIDI to Reason and the audio back into Ableton via Rewire. It was an absolute nightmare to manage, but I did it. And I did a song. I wonder if I can Google it. Let's see if I can find it. I don't know if it would be on the streaming or... I don't know if it would even really be on the streaming services anymore. Anyway, I did a song that came out, I think, in like 2011, which was like the last song I did using that approach. And then I didn't use Reason at all for a really long time. And then they brought out maybe version 10 or 11, and it was like, it's a VST now. And I was like, holy fuck. Shit the bed. Shut the door. And then I went and got it, and then never used it. I can't remember which version that was. Maybe it was the 11. Anyway, whatever. Now I have version 30, and I'm gonna try and experiment with it as a VST running in Live 12. But first, let's have a little look at what's new in this version. The browser, I don't care about that. Tags, I don't use tags. Who cares about that? The sequence has been upgraded. I might be interested to have a look at that at some point, but I don't really care. You can change the... I don't care about that either. What is it? Okay, so they've introduced some new instruments. I'm actually more interested in this. This Polytone synthesizer. It looks very, very Reason-y. Interesting sort of design. You can kind of crossfade from one oscillator voice to the other. Very nice. This new Ripley, which is funny. Ripley likes your new Ableton video. This looks pretty exciting. This is a delay, reverb, looping delay type thing with some interesting mod stuff. Gonna have a look at that. These things, this sidechain tool, these are new. Yeah, and that's kind of it. But the thing is, I'm so behind on this program that there's loads of stuff that's been in this program for a while that I've never even tried. Like, I've never tried this vocoder. The only things I've tried are I played around with this pitch shifter a little bit. Let's see what this is like. Sort of can lock the buffer. Where's the dry wet? No, that's the... Where's the dry wet? I don't know where anything... Oh, dry signal. They turned it off there. So you can see, yeah, you can sort of lock the buffer. And sort of scroll around it. It's very much like Mutable Instruments Clouds. And then there's these different... Really cool, actually. I always thought the DSP in Reason was always really good. Oh. Sort of like pull stretch, but... Oh, that's nice. Listen to that. And then you can shift it, I think. Oh, that's only on one side. How do you... Can you lock them together? I don't know how to do that. And then there's like, this is more sort of, not granular, but. And then there's loop, you can kind of loop it. So I kind of thought that was cool. And then they sort of, took that effect and then made it into an instrument, which I can't load because I'm running the audio effect version, but we'll maybe have a look at it later. Where has it gone? Grains? Where's it called? Where's it called? What's it gone? Grain sample. Yeah, that's fun. Friction, I thought, is fucking awesome. This complex thing was too complex for me. Algorithm, haven't tried that. Object is obviously really amazing. We'll have a look at Object as well. It's Parsec I've never used. There's all these things I've never tried. It's actually, I think what you get for the... Actually, I don't know how much it costs, but I think what you get an overwhelming amount of stuff. Mimic is cool as well. These layers thing I don't understand or whatever. But anyway. So if anyone's got any ideas what we want me to do, I thought I would just sort of try and do some drum stuff. Let's have a look at this Ripley thing. This filter design is quite interesting. I don't know how you make it. There you go. The thing is with delays is that, like, how many more delays can people possibly invent before they all start to become, oh, pardon me, before they all start to become the same? This one's kind of interesting because it's kind of got like, it's got like a series of effects that you can choose kind of where, not all of them, like this EQ, you can choose to put in the feedback loop, which I think is always kind of quite good. And then you can kind of, there's some distortion in this thing, this digital thing. Let's just see what it's like, shall we? Sort of like a bit crusher on the delays. Now it sounds like we're in an 8-bit shopping centre. Vaporwave as fuck. I quite like the design as well. It's sort of... Anyway, let's turn that off. A ducker, which is always kind of quite good. Sort of ducks the feedback, I guess, based on the incoming audio. So there's you can just have just the reverb, and it's sort of just a very basic, it's a really basic reverb. What's it down here? Wow. You can choose whether you want the delay to go into the reverb or have them running side by side with this. Oh, I've just forgotten, I didn't turn my cursor thing on. There we go, let's turn that on. Turn on my cursor highlighter. Okay. And then there's this freeze thing. Let's turn this wobbler off. Let's just turn everything off, actually. Let's turn that off. There we go. Now we just got delay. You can freeze it here. So okay, they are... Can I lock them together? How can I lock them together? No. Ah, dual, there we go. Oh, and it changed, that's nice. It changes the, all right, so you've got dual delay or two separate delays there, and then it changes the UI. That's kind of fun. So you can freeze it. That's fun. And then you can choose whether to keep the pitch or not keep the pitch. Well, it really craps out when you go down like that. I actually quite like digital grunge. So when stuff maybe doesn't sound good, whether on purpose or by accident, I don't care. I like it. I don't like things. I actually don't like things to sound good. So when you, it's like artifacts, you know. Oh my God. Oh. I mean, it says keep pitch, but it sort of sounds like the pitch is changing anyway. All right, so the feedback goes up to 130%, which is frightening. Okay, so let's see what we can do with, so there's a filter section and there's an EQ section, and the filter section, my guess is in the feedback filter. It's in the maybe I can make this a little bit bigger. Hold on, let's go up to 120%. Let's go up to 160%. Oh my God, that's big. Let's close that. Okay, yeah, now it's nice and big. So there's a feedback in the filter, which is very nice. Let's have a listen to what this is doing. Oh, yeah, all right, let's try. That sound always reminds me of OK Computer. OK Computer was the first time I heard like filtered delay feedback. Yeah. So this is a low and high pass. Let's try this band pass. Ah, yes, I remember this when I tried this before. So, yeah. You can shift these frequency bands around. Mad. That's very, very, very strange. So I've stopped the transport now and I'm just playing with the feedback. Oh, you can shift, you can offset the bands left and right. That's it. I'm zoning out. I'm starting to zone out. Help me. Someone make me. How do I make it stop? Ah! That was fucking intense, man. Oh my God, chat is buzzing. What's going on, everyone? How are you doing? Nice to see you all joining in. Any Reason users here? Anyone using Reason? How long have you been using Reason? Reason 13. They got me with $1,000 prescription per month for objects. So you went for the subscription model, did you? A couple of people aren't a big fan of that. Not sure how I feel about it. That said, I've been subscribing to Adobe Cloud for almost 10 years. Don't really notice. I'm not sure if I could subscribe to every piece of software that I use. But if it works for you, that's fine. I thought the name for the effect was too obvious, but it sounds great. Well, it's a delay. Like I said a minute ago, How much more further can we go with delays? But I kind of like the look of it. It's sort of been thinking about what's this going to do? Okay. Oh my! You can't beat a wow! You can't just beat a good wig out with a delay, can you? It's just what's the stuff of life, isn't it? You know. First delay pedal I got, you couldn't take me away from it. I was just like, wow, time repeating. Man, this is far out, man. I'm in outer space now. Whoa, I'm in a 1950s movie. Whoa, oh my God, I'm in Forbidden Planet. Invasion of the Body Snatchers. Oh my God, what's going on? All right, so yeah, stuff like that. That's very, very very retro. Yeah, space delay, they've called it. All makes perfect sense. So let's see what's going on with this EQ. I'm going to turn the feedback filter off for a second. Turn the ducking off. No, I've got the compressor on my mixer because I was worried it was going to blow up. So. It's very interesting icon design here. So if you kind of unlink them, yeah, you can see how they sort of become two separate. It's quite fun. Okay, so let's have a look at the modulation section. Now, I sometimes find the sort of routing, yeah, I mean, this matrix style routing, of course, you know, you can flip it round and do it all on the back if you want. My enthusiasm for this has depleted slightly. When I was in my 20s and I was at university and I was doing a degree about electronic music, I was just like, this is the best fucking thing that's ever been invented. And I just all I did was just sit at home and reason and just make these weird things by plugging everything in. Now I'm a little bit kind of like too old and lazy. You're sort of like, I'm old now, everything takes too long. But there is still like a huge amount of stuff. So there's a CV input for the freeze, which is pretty good. Yeah, everything's kind of getting more and more expansive as the versions go by, which is pretty cool. And there's quite a nice sort of, this I think is actually quite a solid sort of protocol. Is that the word? Or just like a very sort of consistent approach. Whereas I've always thought that sometimes with their front panel designs, there's quite a lot of inconsistency. But I suppose the matrix system for routing modulations is kind of consistent. Anyway, so we've got two LFOs. We've got this follow thing, which is interesting. So that, I'm guessing that's an envelope follower, which can come from the delay out, the space out, the freeze button, or a macro button. Where's the macro button? Where is the macro button? Is that stuff on the back? There's an envelope follower output. That's always good. Right. So, and then we've got the matrix, which is macro and matrix. So that button probably. Anyway, let's go for LFO 1. We've got a handful of different wave options. Let's try this. Let's try this thing and let's route that to beat sync. Okay, so that's going to sync it to the beat. Let's say it's 4/4. Okay, and we're going to route that to okay, so I want delay time. Right, okay. So let's turn the amount. So why is there an amount there and amount there? So that's the amount for this destination. Let's turn that up and let's see what it's doing. All right. So this LFO now is routed to this delay time. Get some fun wibble wobbles. Let's turn ping pong off. Turn the feedback down. Yeah, get some fun sort of record scratch backspin things. Getting a little bit warm. I forget that it's actually still quite warm. I pretty much think it's winter now because it's September, but it's not. I'm gonna take my shirt off. It's nothing sexy, okay? It's not a sexy show. You can't see me anyway, but it's quite warm in here. This is a very small room. Don't get any funny ideas. What was this? What have I done? Let's go see how fast we can go. All right, let's take LFO2 now and route it to. Let's route it to the output gain. Let's go for like let's go for like a 16th note, and we'll go for like a square and route that to output gain. Yeah, now we can do like a sort of turntable. Sounds a bit turntable-y. Welcome to Music Concrete Hour on the Net Rush. Welcome to fake turntablism. Could be fun to make some samples with, scratchy samples. Alright, I'm going to turn that off. That was silly. That was stupid. That was a silly thing. What's it like with the when you freeze the buffer? What have I done here? That was to the delay time. Oh my god, goodness me. So that's now kind of modulating the time, even though the buffer's frozen. So let's... you know what? I don't like being able to just double click and reset something to 0. Can I type it in? Can I... Undo, display, edit. So, okay, so when you freeze the buffer, yeah, you can move. All right, let's try that with this. Oh. Wow, that's weird. Yeah. Yeah. Oh my goodness, I feel a bit sick. We've got a triangle shape. This is all getting very silly. Oh, what happened? All right, so let's try and let's stop being stupid. Oh my goodness me. Let's stop being silly with it now and try and make something interesting. So yeah, I'm going to I've turned off the feedback filter. So let's see what we can do if we put the EQ in the feedback. So this is interesting. So we've got like, this looks like a, I'm guessing this is a 3-band. Maybe this is the mid frequency. So this is like a sweepable mid, and then there's a high gain and a low gain. So let's see. what that's like. Yep, so there's our low gain. There's our high gain. Why aren't all EQs just like that? Why aren't they just, how much low, how much high, and then I can fool around in the middle? Why do I need 8 bands? I don't understand. All right, let's see if we can EQ the feedback loop. Wow. Oh my God. Oh. That is aggressive. All right, let's be sensible. Let's put pulverizer on after the after this. Has that worked? Is that auto route? Yeah, okay. So now we can just sort of squash this and not worry too much about. Oh my goodness me, I've ruined music. Oh my God. Oh, this is beginning to give me a headache. Perhaps I should maybe try and do something nice. Why don't we... Okay, I'll tell you what. I'm going to bin this off. Bin this off. And let's actually try using it as an instrument, but we'll do the MIDI in Ableton. So let's... Okay, let's get it at Reason Rack plugin. Okay, let's put that. No, actually, let's do some beats. So this is a good thing that you can do, right? Let's get a drum rack in. Now, if I was to drop, for example, an instance of Reason into the first cell of this drum rack here, I'm going to make this a touch smaller. Let's go back to 100%. Then essentially this one instance now is loaded into this one cell of the drum rack. Sorry, I was just reading a text. I was having a family text. They're quite important. I have to check them. I don't like to miss them. So what was I just saying? Yeah, so if you load... So if I was to load Kong right now and just... So I'm playing this now on my push, which you can't see. Sorry about that, but trust me, I'm triggering this now from the push. But if I go to like the second cell on the, you can see down here, it's not triggering. Now, so how can I trigger all these other sounds? Well, you see, I'm going to give you a little hint. You're going to enjoy this. You want to go to your chain here. Let's close this for a second. You want to go to the I/O and you want to go to receive, and you go to this drop-down menu and you choose all notes. And then what happens is that everything disappears, but it means that I can now play this instance of Kong, and this will work with battery or whatever, all from the pads on the push, see? So I can do my sequencing from my push if I want, and use Kong as an instrument. So I'll just... So let's do something like, okay, the tempo is a bit slow. Let's go up to like 150. Oh no, wrong one. Ah, okay. No, you know what? I might be a tiny bit wrong. What about if I just hit record? Okay, so how do I get to that note? Do I have to press select? There we go. I've got it. So I had to press select. Now I can edit these notes. Okay. So we can use the note repeat. Okay, so there we go. So I've just programmed all that. Oh, this is sort of when I get a little bit angsty about using plugins because they sort of take up all this space. So there we go. I've just programmed all of that in on the push. But it's triggering this single instance of Kong. So let's get that Ripley thing again and try and see what it's like on some beats. Let's go for that. How are we doing in chat? Chat okay? Having a nice time? Let me know if you like raisins or raisins. Do you like raisins? Raisin 30. I need to make some music because soon my drink is going to run out and I need to leave some music running so I can go and get another one. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to try and make some beats. But let's like just, oh, I don't know. Let's see what these kits are like. Like a kind of beat repeat, so we could maybe do something like get where is it, the matrix pattern sequencer, flip that round, take the curve out, go into the freeze time here, so that it's a unipolar, and then we could draw in like a little sequence here, although it's not. Oh, there we go. And then we could maybe take, okay, I feel like I'm transporting myself back to 2007. Let's get the, where's the thing? Yeah, the CV merger. Okay, let's put that there. Take those out, don't want that. And we're going to split that signal into two, and we'll send one to the freeze and one to the dry wet. Okay. So it's a good start. Okay, so we've got a little beat repeat sequencer there. But it sounds a little sounds too different. That's pretty good. Don't mention 2007. Why not? What's wrong with 2007? It was all right. What's wrong with 2007? Why? Give me a good reason not to mention 2007. I've just mentioned it 5 times. What are you going to do? All right. this is fun. This is what I just used to like doing this sort of stuff in Reasons, just making these little kind of rack setups. And the Matrix sequencer was just really useful for just. What I liked to do was make sequence-based effects or like modular audio effects. That was what I liked to use Reason for kind of like running audio through them, and then they do all kinds of. Maybe I could dig out some of my old refills or something. See if It's quite loud. The output gain's up. Okay, the output gain's too high. There we go. Still a little bit. I don't know why it's so loud. Slightly a little bit louder. Anyway, let's try this. Yeah. Okay. Do we not? Can we turn the delay off and just have the reverb? Oh yeah. That's far. What about just the noise? We got some interesting noise types. So we can kind of just use it just like as a noise distortion. You can put that in the feedback as well. All right, let's put that in the feedback. Bring the delay back. Oh, where's it gone? All right, I'm gonna stop the sequencer a second. Unplug these. Oh my God, I nearly did that thing. One thing I always used to do was I would go to click something and then to remove a cable, and then I wouldn't, and then I'd drag the device and move it, and that used to infuriate me. So I just want to hear what this noise sounds like in the feedback. Very interesting sort of glitch sound. Wow, glitch sound design. It sort of craps out the feedback loop. Madness. Play the B again. Whoops. I spilled my drink on my knee. All right, let's see what we can. Oh yeah, I forget that there's a little NNXT inside Kong. Kong I thought was a pretty good thing. Pretty good. Like, again, it's all about what's really on the back for me. Just having, just being able to sort of punch stuff in and out is pretty good. And they kind of had that little Nurse Rex thing, didn't they? They had a Rex player inside the each cell, which is kind of fun. Oh, I've just ruined that preset. Let's go to another one. So I don't know, like you can EQ. Oh, let's put them in parallel, maybe. There we go. So now we can EQ EQ the space, the reverb, that's kind of fun. You flick them into parallel. Oh, nearly knocked my drink over. And now we've applied that digital bit crush to only the reverb. Let's try this distortion thing. Let's try that to space out. Wow. The original signal's still there. Okay, yeah, that's nice. Let's listen to this ducker. Wow. Side-chained reverb tails, people. That is, you heard it here first. I'm sure loads of people have done that, but like, forget about your pumping synths. Pump your reverbs. Pump them. Pump them like an idiot. I'm telling you now. Loads of people are messaging me privately right now. Can't you just leave a comment in the chat? Or maybe they're trying to tell me something. What is it, lassie? Is my mic too quiet? Okay. Where was I? Yeah, ducker on the space out. So it seems like that what you can do is, or there's some stuff that says input. So each of these little sort of processes here can go at various points in the chain of the signal. So most likely the signal comes in and goes through the delay, which also has this feedback in the filter. But then you can also put this EQ in the feedback and indeed the noise in the feedback. And then I guess that either goes to the space or can run side by the space. And then all of these little modules can go either on the delay out. So we could have like the ducker on just the reverb and the noise on just the delay. So let's try that. Let's try two separate processes at the same time. So we've got the ducker on the reverb. Let's really squash that. I wonder if that's been determined here by the... No, I think that's just something else. That just works by itself. So then what we could do is apply the... let's turn the delay on. Yeah, right. Okay, so now what I've done is I've applied the noise to just the delay, and the ducker is on the reverb. Let's turn the EQ off. Oh no, let's put the so yeah, and then I can EQ. So I'm guessing this, if you, I don't know what order these go in. Is there like is there a way to like mix them independently? I can't seem to see. Don't look like it. Seems like they're just sort of summed together in some sort of fashion. There's no sort of separate mix. Okay, interesting. Be pretty fun for techno, I think. I mean, be pretty fun for techno or sort of, well, anything beaty if you just want to do beat textures and run them into some sort of weird. It's pretty cool. I mean, imagine if you had like loads of these at once. This is the thing, like you can sort of, this is what's fun about Reason, is that you can combine all of these together and make these huge, really complicated processes, and it's all pretty good, pretty exciting. So we could change now the EQ rather than to go on the space out, we'll change it to the delay out. and then we can EQ this noise process. So the delay is going into this noise process, which is then going into this EQ, and the space is going into this ducker, and then they all go to this output stage. That's my guess. Very, very interesting. Yeah, I'm starting to get a little bit sort of spun out. Let's stop for a second. What's happening in the chat, people? Chat to me. I need your fruity bands. Space delay does make perfectly and conveys what it does well. I mean, calling it Ripley was obvious. Oh, what? Because Ripley is from Alien and Alien is in space. Honestly, you put your hand to anything and make it sound extraordinary. Oh, that's very, very kind of you. I don't think many people know you can do this. Are you giving me reasons to buy Reason? No. Sounds like dramas in the late 80s action movie. Now, no, because of a bit right now, very much early war. Someone's put a funny. What's that emoji? Someone's put an orange square with some white lines on it. I don't know what that emoji means. Let's come back here. So, let's. Okay, right. So we've looked at that. All right. Let's. Yeah, I'm going to start again. Let's start fresh. So let's delete that and let's try this polytone thing. So yeah, we'll do instruments this time, and I'm going to look for the polytone. Where is it? Polytone. Here it is. Put that in there. I've got my keyboard, I think. Let's have a look at some of these presets. Sanctuary. They've all got different patch names now. Oh, hello. It's the 80s again. The 80s is never gonna go away. It's been the 80s since 1980, but take out the 90s, because it wasn't cool in the 90s. And then it was cool again from about 2003 until the present day. 80s is never gonna go away. Everybody loves the 80s. Even people born in 2003. And people born in 1960. I bet they don't like the 80s. Let's see what's this sparkling tones. The 80s again. All the presets sound like the 80s. I'm an 80s guy. I'm an 80s guy. 80s man, baby. Whoops. Let's see. Let's try some of these things. What do we have here? Let's try this. What's this do? I don't know what this thing does, but it's had the word ARP in it, so I guess it would do something. Does it have presets? Let's have a look at some of the prelude. What kind of preset is prelude? Where's that? Oh, yes, this chord sequencer I've always sort of found a little bit weird. Maybe, does it run with the transport? I've never understood this. Seasoned Raisin users, like, please tell me how this thing works. What does the MIDI button do? How do you even change this? What do you do here? How do I change the key? Oh. That's the same progression. I've just moved it. Oh, clear. Oh, clear. Here we go. So what the fuck is this? What does any of this mean? So I'm in C major, am I? Empty. Right, let's go empty. Let's start from scratch. How do I put what the fuck is this? Do I play? Oh, all right. I'm playing those via MIDI. All right. Oh, that's kind of cool. So you can play. So you can store chords in here. How do I add a chord? What? This is very embarrassing. Chord functions. How do you put a bloody chord in? Do I need to use a preset or 80s pop? See, look, there's a preset called the 80s. Everybody loves the 80s. Let's see how many presets have got the word 80s in. 80s soul ballad. Oh, it's got to be that one, isn't it? All right, we're going to make a soul ballad. I've decided that's what we're going to do. Right, let's drag them. So you drag them here. Let's just drag G13 sus. That's kind of mad. Oh, that's kind of good. That was interesting. What does this mean? D minor 9? Oh, I've used a D minor 9. Let's take it out. Let's put an F minor 9. Oh, I've used that as well. F major 9. D flat major 9. Oh, that's fruity. All right, let's put... How do I make it go a bit slower? Oh, fuck. 4 bars. Okay, sorry for my fruity language, everyone. It's after 9 o'clock, it's fine. Well, it is in England. It's going too fast. How do I make it go slower? I haven't thought this through. Snap length. I guess I could just slow the tempo down. What's a good 80s soul ballad tempo? 90 BPM? Damn it. All right, that'll do for now. So what does all this mean? All right, there's my chord progression for my 80s soul ballad. Wow, shit just got real, yo. I don't know what key I'm in. I thought it was in C major, but I don't even know what some of these chords mean. What the hell is D flat major 9? I suppose I could work that out. How'd you get from F major 9 to D flat major 9? Is there a way that I can route like the MIDI out? Ah, chord gate out. Select chord, root note, chord gate out, root note. Can I route the MIDI out? Is there like a MIDI out? Maybe I can do it in here. Let's see. No, there's no MIDI coming out of the actual plugin. Turn this down a bit. If anyone's out there who could help, I'd be really interested to know, because like I kind of thought like, oh, these player things are interesting, but like I know in Reason you can do like copy MIDI to there's a button on some of these things that's like copy to the sequencer, but I was wondering if there's a way to swap the instrument for the MIDI out device. Yeah, but where's the MIDI out device? Where is that? I think the MIDI out device is like a thing for Reason standalone, not for the actual plugin. Am I right? Summer 1984. See, there's another 80s preset name. Okay, let's put Ripley. Ripley doesn't like your Ableton set on here. All right, okay, where is where is it? Fucking hell. Lots of presets though. That's always good. Let's beef up that beef this up. Let's beef this up a bit with another instance of Reason. Let's get Reason and beef up these drums. What could we beef them up with? Beef them up with pulverizer maybe. Yeah, I always thought this was kind of cool. I thought this stuff was kind of cool. These sort of like, I mean, there's so many of these types of channel strip things now, but I kind of thought this is a nice idea. Again, it's just like low mids, and highs. Just really sort of simple stuff. I like these kind of old school, well, actually this is kind of quite finely tuned, but these kind of notched frequencies, I always think that's a good guide. Do a boost here at 90 hertz. Do a boost here at 1.2k. Oh, that sounds awful. Let's do a boost here at 9k. Oh, that sounds awful too. Actually, I hate that thing. Fuck it, fuck off. What was I using a minute ago? There we go, that's music right there. Goodbye, drums. Oh, I've got two. Getting carried away. Right, so now we've got like 2 instances of Reason running. This is going to get a little bit much. Anyone bored of this loop yet? Let's make another pattern. Let's find another preset with the word 80s in it. Well, let's try 70s soul ballad, see what the difference is. Why do they change whenever I click one? Can I like play them in? Oh. Oh, hang on, I'm not monitoring the monitoring that channel. Am I monitoring that channel? That was quite good actually. I quite like that B minor 7 to B flat 11. Let's see what this is like. Pretty interesting. That sounds quite nice actually. It's not really something I would come up with by myself. I'm not really very good with chords. I sort of tend to just go with like vibey intervals. So could I do a bass line to go with that? There we go. Or could I like, you can't split these out either, can you? They're hard rooted to the instrument. Oh, instrument list. Yeah, right. There it is. All right. Okay. So where does that go then? MIDI out device. So where does that go? I don't think I'm getting anything. Maybe move it up here. Chord CV out. All right, let's try send that to gate out. And then go back here. See what's happening. No, still not getting anything. I don't really know. I thought this MIDI out thing was for like things. So for example, like this, where's this thing? So no, not something like that. Like, so something like Thor. Where's Thor? So here you can kind of route. Where's the output? Isn't there more output stuff? Yeah, here we go. So there's the sequence output. So you could do something like route the note output to this MIDI device, CV, and then the gate output to the gate on the Thor. And then we can flip that. Damn it. We can flip that round. And then run that. No. And then maybe that will come in as MIDI here. No. I don't know. Don't know how to do any of this. Ah, it's getting something though. We're getting note. Yeah. All right. I think I'm gonna give that a. I'm going to give that a pass today, but thanks for letting me know where that was. Because I think that could be kind of interesting. I wonder if that would sort of be more of a fun thing to do with rather than running it as a plugin. If you were running them side by side, you could have some MIDI going on in Reason, route the MIDI over into Ableton if you wanted to, or vice versa. I don't know. There's just too many options. Too many options for my tiny brain. It's Wednesday. It's time for 80s soul ballads with the 70s soul ballad infusion. Nah. I wonder if I could record in like a little bit of I don't think it would work because this key is changing constantly. Oh, now... Yeah. I kind of quite like that chord progression. I kind of want to write it down or take a screenshot of it. Save it for later. No, I think there needs to be a fourth one. I don't know how I would spell B minor, B flat 11. See if I can try it just like on something else. B flat 11. Fucking hell. What's the world come to? B flat 11 doesn't exist. It's a joke chord. So if it's B, but like B flat 11 doesn't tell you anything. Is it major or minor? How am I supposed to know? If that's, oh, it's B flat 11 sus. How am I supposed to know if that's major or minor? Like what? So there's no minor, there's no third in it? So the 11th is... But that's a 7. Surely that's a 7. That would be an 11, wouldn't it? No, no, sorry. 8, 9, 10, 11. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. That just sounds like E flat. Oh, I don't fucking know. I can't play keyboard. I can't spell chords. I do it all by ear. Okay, pretty soon I'm going to get bored of this and move on to something else. I'm going to go get another drink. I'll be back shortly. Listen to my 80s soul ballad on YouTube live. 63 concurrent viewers. I'm gonna shit myself. Oh, it's warm in here. And I've just seen that. Oh, I had that down really quiet. I've just seen that my headphones are starting to really fall apart. To be fair, I've been using them for about 18 years. What's this ballad about? It's about the 80s. I remember the 80s because I was born in 1980. And it wasn't as good as everyone thinks. There was stuff like Russ Abbott on television and Michael Barrymore and Little and Large. And some other stuff. Comic relief. It's not like it is in the movies. It was actually a little bit grim. Not for me though, I had quite a nice childhood. How long? I'll tell you what my 80s ballad is about. How long can we remember the 80s until it gets silly? Will we be remembering the 80s until 2080? That's what this song is about. Will we be remembering the 80s until 2080? 100 years of the 80s. Well, 90 years. Not including the 90s, because the 80s was really uncool in the 90s. By the way, Oasis are coming back. Oh man, I had 63 viewers. Now I've got 47 because I started singing. That's why. People are tuning in. What the fuck is this going on about? Right, let's trash this. I did like that chord progression, but I grow tired of it now. So let's have a look at this mimic thing. This is interesting. I mean, this isn't particularly Reason 13 stuff. Mimic's been in there for a while. But let's have a look at it anyway. So let's pull this in. Let's go up to 160 and drop in the mimic. So this is a slicing thing, and you can have up to 8 slots of samples. So I'm going to go to my, let's see if I can just do this all from here. Let's go to my A to Z of classic breaks here. Let's drop that in there. Okay. Ooh, excuse me. And let's slice it. Okay, here we go. Let's go up a bit. Oh, down a bit. How funny that, like, after such a long time, like Propellerheads, who made the Rex file format, which was such a revolutionary thing, really, in sampling, if you think about it in so many ways, it took them so long to catch up with the idea of just making an instrument that kind of does that anyway. I was baffled by that. So, we can maybe, what can we do with this? Let's get in the, what can we do with this? Let's get in the matrix pattern sequence. So take the gate out of that and just put that in there and just see what happens when we run that. Nothing. Because the note is wrong. So let's go up an octave. No, that's the wrong note as well. So it needs to be C1. Sorry, yeah, let's go down to C1. No. Oh, I'm not sending a note, that's why. Okay, so let's send a note into the CV input slightly. Oh my god. Okay. Actually, you know what? No, let's not use that. Let's use that drum sequencer thing instead. Let's go to the players and use this drum sequencer. Put that there. There we go. Because this has got like a probability, isn't it? Okay, so there is a thing somewhere. Can't remember where it is. Play through. There we go. We want this to be mono as well. Mono retrig. Here we go. Pitch. Okay, there we go. And then what we can do is we can use the, let's use this probability here. How do we do that? Here we go. Set that all the way up. All right. And then you can use the LFO, which we can set to random, turn key sync on, set the rate all the way down, and route that to, can't remember where it is. Yeah, there it is. So now I'm just kind of like, okay, I think I've not quite got the timing right. No, that's a little bit too fast. All right, let's put a Ripley thing in here. Yeah, not really kind of turn the sensitivity down a bit. Yeah. So I'm sort of self-modulating the offset. Start position, snap to slices. I'm actually trying to be clever, but it's failing. And it probably would be easier to just sequence this and get the slices that you want. I'm messing about, really. This is essentially a sort of free-form experiment for videos that I might make later on. I don't know. So, like, I wonder if there's like the gate output here. Let's just use something else. Maybe that like LFO, that pulsar LFO. And then again, we'll use the CV splitter. Take that out. We'll route LFO1 and split that into two. Send one to the freeze, one to the dry wet. And then maybe use like a random here. Yeah, set this to like. Yeah, actually not that great. No, change my mind. Let's maybe could use the matrix pattern sequencer, I suppose. Again, let's do the split here. Curve out. Split that in two. One to the dry wet, one to the freeze. Maybe do something like this. There's a way to like have it without triplets. Yeah, that's good. Why is that cutting off like that? Oh, that's fine. Fucking hell, what's going on here? I don't think it's like it's not playing in time to the tempo, so it's not like warped or anything. Sorry everyone in the chat, I've completely forgotten about everything. I've no idea what's going on. I'm just prattling about. Basically, big old prat. This is cool. Is there like an input for the delay time? Yeah, that's interesting. Maybe we could take the note out, put that into the delay time to see what happens with that. What have I done? Okay, so I've used the note section on the matrix pattern sequencer to modulate the delay time of this Ripley thing on the back here. It's a bit weird. So I wonder, I guess maybe there's a way to access this. Let's combine this. Well, let's combine the whole lot, actually. Let's get all of this stuff and combine them all together. Where's the combine? Okay. And then maybe I can route something into the... let's have a look here. Mimic. Add source, CV in 1, route to slot 1, grain length. I can't remember what it was called. Yeah, the grain length. Let's screw that. Get the grain length, and then we need something to do that. Let's get like some sort of this thing will do. So that can go into CV1. Is it doing it? Yeah, it's doing it. I always thought that was kind of cool, that you could see what the Combinator is actually doing when you start modulating something. So let's sync this. Increase the level, 100%. Yeah. But let's say that we want the range to be like 50%. Wow, that's kind of mad. Oh, I did that thing again. This is weird. What have I done? What have I done with my life? My mum and dad are watching me from the afterlife going, "What are you doing, son? Thought you were good at this music stuff." Bloody hell. What have I done? How do I choose the length? Is there like a way to adjust the length of the notes? I kind of just want them to play like for as long as the note is, but I can't really choose the length. How do I do that? I did just see something just a minute ago. Oh, length. What's that? Is there like a help window? Is there like a little pop-up help window? Let's go in the settings. It's a little bit weird. You have to log in. That was another thing that kind of put me off a little bit. I was a little bit sort of like happy just to punch in my serial number. The good old-fashioned days of serial numbers. And then they changed it where you kind of had to log in. Now I'm not so worried about it because I've got quite a good internet connection. It's not such a drag. But when they started doing that, I was a little bit like, really? But what if I want to use it at a gig or out and about or somewhere? Anyway, I thought there was some little thing that kind of gives you like little annotations. Oh, clearly I'm wrong. Okay. I've kind of made like weird bird sounds. This is going to be my most least viewed stream. I'll be like, oh yeah, Ned Rush, he used to be really good at Reason. Now he sucks at it. Oh, you can loop that. No, I'm not convinced. I want to play the entirety of the slice, disregarding the envelope. What is that? I'd like to know what these things mean. Anyone know? Yes, the washing machine is broken. Oh, hello. Copy this pattern, copy pattern, go to pattern 2. Paste pattern. Bloody hell. Pretty cool, like little granular. I agree, it is a creative sampler. I'm going to spend more time with this, and I love the colour scheme. You can't beat a bit of salmon and tungsten. Madness. Oh, there's a send as well, so you can send, effect send out. Send out, pretty good. Let's try slot 2. So are they, yeah, they're different. Can you turn the stretch off? Oh my God, what have I done? To slices. Oh, it's because I've got that. That sounds like it's in time, even though I'm changing the pitch. I don't think it kind of like warps to tempo the way that like Simpler does. Well, that sounds like it's in time a bit. Yeah, I mean, this is absolutely some of the worst breakcore I've ever made in my life. Can you turn the music up a bit? Oh, I'm sorry. This is a new kind of breakcore. This is like listening to breakcore, but it's on Netflix and it's buffering. All right, you know what? I'm going to bin this off. I'm going to bin this off and use something where I'm a little bit more sort of familiar. I do quite like the look of this mimic thing. I don't know if it's going to really replace Ableton for me, but I kind of thought it did look like a pretty fun thing. Let's like try from scratch. So let's right click, reset the device, and then I'm going to drag in my Amen. Where's my Amen? Where is it? It's here. Right. So this I know pretty well. And I'll try and maybe... All right. So... Okay, so it's kind of just worked... Wow, that's like a dead stop. They've got a good granular engine, these guys. Very tasty. Oh. Okay, I don't want to do that. I want to slice it. So let's set... slice, here we go. So slice... Okay, now it's too slow. Put that back. Can I delete that one? Ah, there we go. All right. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Can I slice by? You can't slice by like a fixed measurement. So I can't slice into eighth notes. That's not so bad. So let's maybe just write it in a MIDI clip. So let's find the okay, I'm going to play that in really slow at like 120. Oh fuck, I fucked it up. Let's try that again. Yeah. All right, let's check out this MIDI. Where's the quantize, damn it? There we go. Start and end, 16th notes. Okay, let's go up to 175. All right, now we're in familiar territory. So I've done that all by those transients, which is... so then... we don't really... Well, I'm not going to try and make it self-modulate the slice point, but let's have it all in mono. Still sounds a little bit choppy. I'd quite like to turn the stretch off. Can you turn it off? You can't turn it off at all? Is there a way to do that? Can't see it anywhere. I guess tape is just like the normal... That's weird, because that's at 175 BPM. That should be the original speed of 1. And yet it sounds a little clopped off. The radio stream in the Opera browser on your research laptop is buffering. That sounds like a real experience you've had. Hi, I'm very sorry, but the radio stream in the Opera browser on my research laptop is buffering. Can anyone help me, please? Can you adjust the slices manually? I believe you can. You can move them like that, and I guess you could probably just double-click and... or... maybe not. Oh! What did I just do? I don't know how you add a slice. Click here, click here. I don't think you can add a slice. I think it's all done via transient detection. I don't know. I'm very new. I'm very new to this updated, amazing Ultra Reason suite. I would think that you would probably want to do that, wouldn't you? Double click. Oh, what have I done? Oh, I'm zoomed. Oh, that's like a zoom. Okay, so click and drag to zoom around. Okay. Yeah, I don't know how you add a actual physical point, slice point yourself. What if you wanted to slice it manually? What's this? No, it doesn't look like it. Oh, there we go. I just did it. Oh, there we go. Yeah. So you just sort of triple click. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. I'm sort of clicking at the top here. So it's 2 clicks. Oh, fucking hell. I don't know. 3 clicks. 1, 2, 3. No. 1, 2. 2 clicks. Double click. Oh my God. I can't work that out. Anyway. Okay. So the answer is yes and no. Yes, I did it, but no, it kind of told me that I hadn't. I don't know why this is still sounding a little... I bet it's the bloody MIDI, isn't it? I bet it's the MIDI. I thought I fixed all of that, though. Let's get everything all nice and uniform here in this sequence. They're all perfectly lined up, start and end. Can't think why it's chopping off like that. All right, let's just do something quick with this then. Let's just do like something like this. Let's do all this stuff. Other, go underlinks, let's say, yeah, that's fine, duplicate that, and then close this for a second, and then this can go here. Crap open. I'm not used to working. I've got everything zoomed up because I'm streaming, and some of you might be watching on your phone or something. I know what you young people are like with your tablet, your touch screen interfaces, and you're watching skins on 4OD. Oh no, wait a minute. That's no. right, that'll do. So let's just, yeah, they're all just buzzing away by themselves. Let's go and have a look at this. Yeah. So that's like a speed. I'll reset that. All right, let's try this thing. That sounds pretty good. I quite like that. It's not. Yeah, this is quite fun. Okay. This is very silly. It's kind of fun though. I don't know if I'd want to do this for a whole track, but it could be like a fun little bit to chuck in, sort of. All right, let's combine this. And then we'll put in. So yeah, the fun thing about Reason as well is that you can, when you combine stuff and you're working with MIDI, you can get the MIDI from other instruments and get them to do other things without having to sort of really use the instrument. So this like doesn't have a huge amount to offer in terms of output for the CV other than the, well, in fact, these are just inputs. This is pitch bend, mod wheel in, gate and CV, and it's all pretty standard stuff. But a lot of the, I mean, I always thought that Thor was kind of the really the most flexible one in terms of what you can do with it without having to use it as a synthesizer. I always found the actual synthesizer a little overwhelming, but the way that you can use it is kind of like a sort of CV source or controller. I always found sort of quite interesting. So I'm going to reset this device. And even though that this isn't plugged in anywhere, it's still going to be receiving MIDI, which we might be able to see. Yeah, so there's note on information. Wow. Why is it going backwards? It's weird. So this is still receiving the same note on information as this thing is, because the MIDI's all coming from Ableton. So we could maybe do something like take a different LFO that's key synced. Take it. What the fuck? Just started playing again by itself. Shut up. Thanks. So we could take like we'll key sync this LFO here, turn the rate all the way down. So that's effectively like a sample and hold. And then we can route the source LFO1 to the destination output. We'll say CV1. And then we can say, okay, we want 100% of that. Oh, and then we can flip it round, go to modulation output CV1. We'll plug this into, bollocks, I need to expand the thing. Yeah, so we'll connect where is it? We'll connect CV1 out into CV1 here. And then we can go into the editor and we can say add source CV in 1, and we can route that to slot 1 and the grain length. And then we're going to get a separate sample and hold LFO from Thor controlling this length. Let's see if that's worked. Yes, it's worked. No, it hasn't. I wonder why that is there. Why didn't that work then? Source LFO1. Amount CV output 1. Is that what I did? CV output 1, yeah. Modulation output. Into CV1. CV1, grain length 1 on slot 1. Ugh. It looked like it worked for a second, but no. And you know what? I always thought the envelopes in Reason were pretty good too. I always thought these are nice, snappy envelopes, but it could just be because I'm sort of focusing visually. I'm focusing on it. My brain is tricking me into thinking that because I'm in a different environment and I'm looking at these things and thinking I've always liked this interface better. Just like this just reminds me of the SH101, which I just thought is a lovely, simple envelope design. Just 4 faders. Whereas the ones in Ableton are more visual. So maybe my brain is tricking me. Anyway, why couldn't I get this to work? This is bullshit. Let's try linking it to something else. Let's try linking it to like the filter or something. Slot 1. Filter frequency. No, it ain't bloody working. Well, this was a terrible, terrible example. I'm going to forget Thor and try a different instrument. Maybe it's because it wasn't receiving notes. Let's actually undo. I can't undo. Oh, you can undo there. There we go. Right. Maybe I need to tell Thor to be It's receiving key information. Can't understand why that didn't work. I'm going to try it again anyway with something else. Let's delete Thor. Let's use Subtractor instead. Where's Subtractor? Not there. Where is it? Subtractor. Okay. Let's see if that's receiving note on. Yeah, okay. Take the LFO out. Go into CV1. There's no option here to... Mode, retrigger. Yeah, that seems right to me. Key sync for the LFO. Can't remember. No, it still didn't work. That's very weird. So either I've done this wrong or it doesn't work. Is anyone still there? Everyone's left. yeah, we just kind of left because he was just going on a mad one and like, you know, it all got a little bit weird. Not that that's how you talk. Delicious drink. Yeah, I'm slightly frustrated why that hasn't worked because I used to do that all the time and I was excited to try. Now it's doing it. Now it's doing it. But that's not responding to the key sync. That's just the LFO running by itself. So it is actually working now. I don't understand why that didn't. Okay. Maybe deactivate key sync. Well, the reason why I wanted to use key sync was because I wanted to re-trigger the LFO on each new MIDI note. I don't even think that there's even key sync on this particular one. So it's just using the sync rate. Yeah, just as you say, it's just using the sync rate, which isn't really kind of what I wanted. But, oh well, we kind of got halfway there. Here's a question for all of you. What's your favourite polarity comb filter? Negative or positive? Answer that question. Answers on a postcard. MIDI triggered filters and flanges and combs and shit. That's what it's all about. That is something about Reason as well that I always sort of found slightly with Ableton. I've just come to accept it now. It just does everything that I want and it does it when I want to do it and I'm really fast with it. But there were some things that I was kind of like, yeah, but you know what? In Reason, everything's just a tiny little bit more open-ended. Like just being able to sort of route MIDI triggered envelopes from one instrument to somewhere else in the project to another instrument, I always thought was kind of pretty cool. The idea of kind of this all being, I mean, really, I think using it, yeah, there's no way that you'd be able to route a modulation source from one instance of the plugin to somewhere else. That's really more when you're just using it standalone and you're working with that huge rack. And you've got like one track that's got something, you can just take the signal, the CV signal from one instrument and route it to something way far away on another track. You know, Ableton doesn't really do that stuff. Like there isn't really a way that I could say, you know, take the envelope, the amplitude envelope from meld and route it to somewhere else in the set. But that's okay because you've got all of these things and they kind of do the same thing. But I don't want to get into one of those discussions. I'm just prattling around, having a few beers. Oh yeah, and the other thing that they've done is that they've kind of like made this Combinator thing like fucking awesome now. So like you can go, where is it? Configure, here you go. So we can delete all of this stuff and then you can kind of like just click and add whatever you like, switch, and then kind of like move it around. It's like building a Wix website. It's like so fucking awesome. And you can make these all like, you know, different sort of patterns and make them really like big, vintage, small. They've got like all of the sort of Reason kind of UI things available here. And like, that's just so cool, I think. There's like a control. So we can go to control here. Are they like faders? What kind of things do we have here? Oh, control, vintage, trim pot. They do like faders. They're like a fader. Oh yeah, faders. Look, there you go. That's so cool. You can just make these really fun sort of customizable Combinator patches. And then I guess we should try and see what happens if we save this. So let's save the set. See what I want to see what this is like. Let's go save live set as. I'm just going to save it on my desktop, which is never in my fucking sidebar. I'm just going to call it NRF. NERF. Nerf. Let's close Ableton. And let's open Ableton. I just want to see what it's like when you save it. Because I used to love building like my own little kind of funky Combinator things. And it would be kind of fun to use them maybe for a gig or something. Let's open Nerf and see if it's worked. Yeah, it saved all of that stuff. That's so cool. Yeah, it's exactly the same as it was. And I'm guessing that there's probably the possibility to like route the MIDI to the plugin instance, you know, like you can with Artillery or whatever. So if I said route to Reason Rack plugin, it's going to route to the Reason Rack plugin. And then how would I determine what the MIDI is doing? So let's just scramble in a load of MIDI here. Just write a load of crap here, something like that. Ah, that's interesting. What's it done? Ah, so that's getting the MIDI. So I wonder how I would tell it to receive MIDI from not the track that it's on, but from another track. That might be too much for my brain to work out right now. Because it's receiving 2 channels of MIDI now. All this stuff is the stuff I've just scrambled, and then this is what's playing on the track. Okay, I'm not going to worry about that. Okay, the votes are in for your favourite polarity on a comb filter. We have 1 vote for plus. Thank you for voting. Oh, hang on. Someone said switching between both randomly is my fave. That wasn't a choice. You can't just make up your own choices, okay? You got to play by the rules. Yeah, that is a very short envelope. I like that very much. All right, let's run this into Object. Let's load up Object. Where would that be? That's under Instruments. Reason Studios. Oh my God, this browser. Instruments, Reason Studios, Object. Okay, I'm holding Shift so it won't root. Not that it's got anything to root to. Right, let's try and let's take the master out from here. Where was that plugged in? I don't know where that was plugged in. That was plugged in there. Okay, so let's take that and party. Oh my God. Okay. So let's tell object to not receive keys. Okay, so we're going to use object as an audio processor rather than an instrument. So object, excuse me, if you're familiar with Ableton, object is kind of corpus and collision at the same time. So we're going to route the output of Mimic into the input of object and see what happens. Nothing. So probably we need to tell, let's reset the device. So we probably need to tell it that we want the external in. I'm way out of my depth here. We probably want to tell it to take the input as the external in. Where would one do that? Let's try source. No, I have no fucking idea. Okay, the modal is on. External in, that light is on. Does that mean that... Okay, so it was receiving some audio just then. So how do I tell it that I want to route it through? I just spat all over my push 3 trying to work this out. I don't think there's any sort of option here. That's interesting. Damn it. Someone in the chat Google it. Okay, my work computer shuts down automatically at 11 p.m, so I guess I can't work anymore tonight. I think you're making an excuse. You're just making some sort of excuse. Oh, I'm really sorry, but my computer just shut down whilst I was watching this live stream. That's not how you talk. I'm just... okay, so anyone in the chat want to tell me how that I can actually route audio into this thing? Oh, that's weird. How do you turn it? Oh, you click and drag like that. Oh, that's interesting. All right, let's go to object and see. Maybe there's like a preset that we can reverse engineer. Any presets for like input processing? Damn it. So, for anyone who's just joined and is wondering what the hell I'm doing, I'm messing about. I'm doing a public... like a public experiment dress rehearsal for an idea that I might do later on in the future. There's an external audio input on the back. Yeah, I've done that. I've plugged it into the external audio input. As far as I can tell, there should be sound coming in. The external in thing is on. There's external input where there are in reason used standalone. A typical example would be the direct or panel output of the audio track. Yeah, I'm not really doing that though. I'm doing it in the VST. It auto uses external input. Well, why can't I hear nothing? Is it because it needs to receive notes? Okay, that thing's come on, but it's receiving the MIDI. It's receiving the same MIDI as the MIDI that I'm triggering Mimic with. So it needs MIDI to pass the external input. That sort of makes sense. So if I was maybe running a voice into it, I wouldn't be... So I suppose it's a bit like Corpus then in that sense. Like you need to use MIDI to open and close the gate. So maybe what I could do then is disengage key and just use a like a matrix thing Where is that utility? I'll just use the matrix pattern sequencer. I'll take the curve out into the gate. No, it won't let me do that. Yes, it will. And then I can just have a high value, run that. See if that's... No, that hasn't worked either. What is this? Why can't I move that? That's weird. Oh my God. So no, that didn't really work. Maybe... Okay, let's not use the curve. Let's use the gate. There we go. No, that's not worked either. That's still triggering. Okay, this is weird. Oh, no, that's not worked either at all. Fuck it. I'm done. I'm going to work that out for another time. I can't be asked with that anymore. One thing I want to look at, and then I'm going to quit, because it's getting a little bit late here, is I wanted to play around with this granular thing. So let's go to Reason Studios. Let's go for the Reason Rack plugin. And somewhere in another set, I did download the Hawk Tour Girl. I wonder where that would be. So I'll go to 24. Yeah, I made a imported. Yeah, here she is. This, I think this is it. Let's put this in here. Oh my God, no, that's not it at all. Oh, it's this thing.
How do you get over a breakup?
Get drunk. Like we're doing right now.
Y'all get over a breakup right now?
Where is, no, let me find the actual clip. Let's find the actual clip. Where is it? 6, is it? No. 6 vocals. Where would the actual clips be? Ah, here we go. Click to preview.
How do you get over a breakup?
No, this one.
How do you get over a breakup?
No.
How do you...
They're all the same one. Damn it. Maybe I could just drag one in here. See what.
How do you get over a breakup?
I've made a very, very silly song from a TikTok video because I'm a bit childish. So, but let's actually just turn warp off and get like a little bit of that, and maybe I can resample that over. Okay, let's see if I can trigger these both at the same time. Okay, let's get that, put that there, crop it, and let's see if we can drag that into this thing. Oh, before we do that, let's do, bloody hell, let's reset the device. Drag that in from there, see if that'll work. Nice, that works. Okay, now I need to arm it so I can. Okay, that didn't seem to reset the device at all. Let's just turn all this crap off. Ah, I'm not playing the whole... Ah, there we go. Yeah, I mean, that sample is just absolutely ripe for granular synthesis. This is a very, very, very good granular synthesis. Is I can just sort of leave it running. All right. So there are all of these different engines, grain oscillator. Wow. Spectral. But it seems that it's not re-trigger. It's not moving with the start position when I actually... After I've pressed a note, it sort of restarts. Is that because of all this stuff? I've turned everything off. Yeah, formant shifting on the spectral grains. Can you see how I just did that thing where I tried to click and drag a parameter, but I accidentally slightly undershot it and ended up clicking and dragging and moving the whole device? That's fucking annoying. Pretty exciting. Let's try a different LFO. Let's actually just turn the speed all the way down. Let's try just the position. Oh, no. So I've set LFO 1 to the position, which is sort of not really clearly defined here. Why is it stopping there? That's weird. Let's try a different LFO. Probably because of the polarity. All right, let's set this to like 50%, and then that should probably... No. So where is the actual position? So how can I say I want the position? Is that halfway? All right, okay. Oh, what happened there? Why is it stopping there? So the LFOs are bipolar, yeah. Let's try the spectral when this. Shit. Oh, hello. Wow. Oh my goodness me. Bit of attack and release, I think. Is that filter even on? Can't really tell. Oh my. All right, that's it. I'm done. I can't take any more of this nonsense. So, thanks everyone for tuning in, watching me prat around with reason. What's going on in the chat? Why can't I hear nothing? I don't know. Turn up your volume. Oh, you said that in, put that in quotation marks. Anyway, so that was a Hawk Tour girl slowed down about a gazillion times and turned into complete mush. No, I can't keep going. I'm tired, and I want to go and play Star Wars Outlaws. I'm too deep into it now. Yeah, right. So thanks everyone for watching, and I will see you again very soon for more fun and frolics. Okay. Have a nice time, everyone. Bye.
Fuck.